What is going on, guys? What's going up, guys? Welcome to another BCP YouTube video. So I thought I'd make a little video, and we're going to talk about a new Dominion map because obviously around the corner we've got the new Wuling hero being made, and this has been in question for quite some time, and I thought I'd make a video on it and pretty much just give you my opinion. So with me, I believe that with the new Wuling hero that's coming out, we need a new Wuling Dominion map. And what other map would go better than Shang Pass, you know? So I'm pretty much just going to make a little bit of an analysis, not like a full-blown one, but I am going to try and cover as much as possible. So we're going to start off with the B area of the Dominion map. I want you to just kind of have a bit of an idea from the character's perspective. So this would be your B section here. Obviously you'd have your cut-off points. I'll make a little diagram here, but you'll have like your little cut-off points like here. Obviously fight through your minions and stuff, and then you push them back to probably around here in a sense. So yeah, we've got the B section area, and if you spawn on green, then your rotation would be to go down through here, and then this area here would make an amazing C, like an amazing C area, perfect rotation on spawn. Obviously you can then fight through your minions, all that sort of thing. However, if you're spawning from yellow, I call this yellow because it's got a yellow roof, but if you spawn on yellow, then obviously your rotation would be to run up and then go to 5, which is up here. So it kind of works a bit like Temple Garden in a sense. So this would make your A area in a sense. I feel like this would be a pretty cool area. They're pretty average on obviously time to get to these points, based on the rotations obviously. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I am going to show you a diagram of like how my brain's sort of thinking. Obviously perfect rotation, you can obviously run over to C, you can run over to A, you've got a B section that's quite nicely fitted in the centre. It makes sense for a Wuling map to come out with the new Wuling hero. It makes complete sense to sort of organise it this way. Obviously the spawn points would be behind the gates in a sense. So you can either go all the way around to 5, or you can go all the way around to what we'd call C area in a sense, and it kind of works the same way on the other side as well. So I'll quickly try and show you that. You're gonna have to mind there's no audio in the background, so I'll kind of turn that all off because of the announcer. So I can kind of show you here, look. So you pretty much spawn like here in a sense. You can either run up, go over to C, or obviously the easier method would be to just go down through here, across. You can even probably cut through here to be fair, and then get through to obviously C. Hello Guardian, how you doing? Oh, I've just eaten a light. Okay, so we're going to leave Guardian there, but you get the old ordeal of what I'm trying to get at. I am going to try and make this a pretty quick video, but yeah, I feel like you've got your A, you've got B, you've got C. So Wuling map, new Wuling hero, it makes complete sense. They're pretty spacious for a 4v4. So obviously if there is ganks kicking off, you do have space. You've got walls. I mean, on C, it just makes sense. You still got some form of walls around here to sort of work with. You can make this into like a drop point for B, you know, if you get like a little ledge out here. Make it like a little drop point. But yeah, that's what my whole opinion is of this map and how it should be made into a Dominion map. So yeah, you can also make this into a drop as well if you really wanted to. So there is 2 drop points. You've got B, C, A, you know, all that good stuff. Right, so as you can see, we've got an actual top-down, a bird's eye view of the map. So as I say, you know, we've got number 7, we've got number 3. Imagine these as your spawn points. So you've got yellow top, and yeah, green top spawn, yellow top spawn, all that good stuff. The rotations, so obviously we'll mark up that we've got A here. You're gonna have to mind my mouse drawing skills right now. We've got B here. And then we've got C, which is down where the Guardian spawns. You can obviously cut off where the minions would stop, in a sense. Obviously spawn here and spawn here. Your rotations, because obviously rotations speak a lot about Dominion. So obviously you can go straight to A from yellow spawn. You'd go straight to C from green spawn. And then obviously then you can start to work your way through to B. Obviously you can start working your way around to B that way. Or you can even go through, or you can drop down and go through that way as well. I'll try and tidy that bit up a tiny bit. So you've got your C area. You can cut through the building into B, sorry. And then from A, you can also drop down and then make your way to B through that area. So yeah, you can sort of rotate around the whole map. It kind of makes sense for that. So yeah, this is what my whole opinion is. Obviously, you've got a B spawn, a minion lane, you've got a C spot, you've got an A spot, you've got 2 spawn points. In the game, you've pretty much got your minion lane. In Breach, your minions spawn, you know? So, there's not really that much coding that needs to go into it. You've got your spawn points from Breach as well, so there's not that much coding that needs to be put in there. It's just literally cutting the map on this section and this section, so you just get rid of this and this. However, if you go into a custom game of Breach, you know, you can select yourself to start in this middle area, so you've got the spawn point already down, you know. So I don't know, it just makes sense to me. A new Woolen hero, a new Woolen Dominion map. You can also make this into an Elim map as well. So obviously you'll have your first section over A. You know, you can either do it at 4 or you could do it at 6. Just use the numbers. That can be one section of an Elim map. You can use B as your second stage, and then you've obviously got C, which is where the Guardian sits, for your third section of Elim. Like Duels, didn't mean Elim, but yeah, you get the whole ordeal that I'm trying to get at. For Duels, you've got 6, you've got B, you've got Guardian. Elim, it works the same sort of way that Dom would. You just put a booster in the middle, you know. You put a health in the middle. You probably put an armor at 4, a speed boost down at Guardian, whatever, you know. So you've got plenty of you've got plenty of things to work with just this one section alone in the map. So it's pretty much a no-brainer to make it. So yeah, you've got your dual spots here, here, and here. You've got your Elim, which would just be this whole section here anyway. You obviously got your Dominion lane here. So yeah, it just makes sense for this bit to be a map. Dominion, Duels, Elim. So yeah, they're the 3 most played. Obviously, if it's 2v2s, it's the same rotation as what it would be for Duels. So yeah, do with that what you please. However, I am going to leave this here, and let me know what your thoughts are, guys, because I have been talking to people and it just makes sense for this area to be a Dominion map for the release of a new Wulan hero. So without further ado, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. You know, let's reach this out. I want to hear what your thoughts are based around Shang Pass as a Dominion map, a Duels map, a 2v2s map, Elim map. You know, I think it'd be a pretty big banger. I feel like it'd be the new Nuke Town of For Honor. It'd be chosen a lot more than what Temple Garden is. It gives us a massive change. So yeah, let me know, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will catch you all later. Bye bye.